There's a frequency, a vibration, an energetic signature that belongs to the woman who knows who she is. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg, she commands. She doesn't wait for permission. She moves with certainty. This is the queen mindset, not one born of ego, but one born of deep remembrance. A woman returning to the truth of who she has always been. This state of being cannot be faked. It cannot be worn like a costume or copied like script. It must be embodied. It must be felt in every cell, every thought, every breath. It begins not with the outer world, but deep within. The queen mindset is not about ruling over others. It is about ruling over yourself, over your mind, your emotions, your energy, and your vision. You must understand that the world will try to pull you away from yourself. It will feed you illusions. It will try to convince you that you are not enough until you have achieved more, earned more, been validated more. But the queen knows her worth is intrinsic. It is not assigned by society, not tied to status, not dependent on who notices or praises her. It is a frequency she anchors into reality, and reality bends to meet her there. To embody this mindset, you must first become aware of the narrative you are living. What stories are you telling yourself about who you are, what you deserve, and what you're capable of? The queen rewrites the script. She doesn't relive the past. She creates from the present moment. She understands that the only real power exists now. And in this now, she becomes the version of herself that she's always longed to be. This is where the shift begins. No more rehearsing old pain. No more aligning with limitation. You must become more loyal to your future than to your past. You must wake up every day and attune your thoughts, your feelings, and your choices to the woman you are becoming. Feel her. Hear her voice. Move as her. She already exists. She's not someone you have to create from scratch. She's the version of you beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and conditioning. When you start to act, think, and feel like her, something extraordinary happens. Your energy shifts. Your body responds. Your reality begins to mirror back that inner change. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. The queen does not beg the world to treat her differently. She demands it by treating herself differently. She becomes unavailable for disrespect. She becomes immune to drama. She becomes magnetic to opportunities that reflect her new standard. But you must understand that this work requires intention. The queen mindset is not a temporary high. It's a commitment. It's a decision you make moment by moment. It's the willingness to interrupt patterns that no longer serve you. It's the courage to sit with discomfort, to face your shadows, and to transmute pain into power. This is the inner alchemy of a woman who knows she's here for more. There will be moments where the old self tries to resurface, where the voice of insecurity creeps in, whispering stories of lack and unworthiness. But this is your test. This is the moment where you choose. You can react from the old script, or you can respond from the new identity. You can shrink back into fear, or you can rise into sovereignty. Every time you choose the queen, you weaken the grip of the imposter. You take your power back, piece by piece. This mindset is also about boundaries, not as walls, but as sacred standards. The queen does not allow everyone access to her energy. She knows that her time, her presence, and her love are valuable. She is generous, but not reckless. Compassionate, but not naive. She leads with grace, but never at the cost of her dignity. Her boundaries are not a defense mechanism. They are declarations of self-respect. And let's talk about worthiness. Because the queen does not hustle for her value. She does not try to prove her desirability. She knows that her presence is the proof. Her energy is the evidence. She does not perform to be chosen. She chooses herself daily. She fills her own cup so fully that when love comes, it is an overflow, not a transaction. She is not looking to be saved. She is looking to be met. And until she walks alone, not in loneliness, but in power. This is a spiritual practice. It requires you to go within, to silence the noise of the world, and to listen to the whispers of your higher self. The queen mindset is cultivated in stillness, in meditation, in reflection, in choosing peace over chaos, in anchoring into the now, where all possibilities exist. She knows that creation starts in the invisible realm, where thoughts and emotions become energy, and energy becomes matter. She also understands the power of her words. She speaks with intention. She affirms her reality with clarity. She doesn't say, "I hope," or maybe. She says I am, because she knows that the words she repeats become the blueprint for her life. Her language reflects her identity, and her identity reflects her destiny. She doesn't speak lack into her future. She speaks life into it. This mindset transforms relationships too. The queen does not chase love. She does not try to convince someone of her worth. She is not addicted to potential. She is aligned with truth. She chooses partners who see her clearly, who celebrate her light, who rise to meet her frequency. And if someone cannot meet her there, she does not lower her standards. She blesses them and moves on. Her love is deep, but it is not desperate. It is powerful, but not possessive. It is sacred, and she protects it accordingly. But she also knows that no one is coming to give her the life she desires. It is her responsibility to rise, to evolve, to take inspired action, to lead herself. She does not wait for permission. She does not seek external validation. She builds herself in silence and shows up in power. She knows that alignment creates miracles, that when she is in tune with her purpose, life conspires in her favor. This is about becoming the embodiment of your vision, not hoping for it, not wishing for it, becoming it, feeling it in your bones, living from the end, acting as if it is already done. Because the queen knows that the mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. So she programs her subconscious with images of her future, not her past. She rehearses success. She anchors into gratitude. She vibrates as though everything she desires is already hers, and it begins to be. And this is where the magic happens. Because when you vibrate at the level of your future, the past loses its grip on you. You stop playing small. You stop tolerating half-heartedness. You stop settling for crumbs. You raise the bar, and everything shifts. The job, the relationships, the finances, the body, the emotions, the dreams. They all recalibrate to match your new self-image. But make no mistake, this path is not always comfortable. There will be resistance. There will be moments where your old identity screams for attention, where doubt creeps in, where you question your worth. But this is where queens are forged, in the fire of transformation. You must learn to sit in the discomfort and trust that something beautiful is being born. You are not breaking down. You are breaking free. You must also become comfortable with being misunderstood, with being seen as too much, too confident, too different. The queen does not shrink to fit into places she has outgrown. She does not water herself down for the comfort of others. She allows her radiance to be a filter. Those who are aligned will rise to meet it, and those who are not will fall away. And she does not mourn their departure. She trusts that anything leaving her life is making space for something greater. The queen mindset is not just about thinking differently. It's about being differently, feeling differently. You must become the woman who walks into every room knowing she belongs there, not because of ego, but because of essence, because she has done the inner work, because she knows her value, because she is no longer available for mediocrity. She walks with purpose. She speaks with intention. She moves with vision. She's no longer driven by fear, but by faith. And faith for the queen is not a passive state. It's a daily decision. It's waking up and choosing to believe in a future that does not yet exist in the physical, but is more real to her than anything she sees around her. She holds the vision when nothing is working. She stays in alignment when the path is unclear. She trusts the process even when the outcome is uncertain, because she knows that the universe responds not to desperation, but to embodiment. This is the path. This is the invitation to rise into your power, to take ownership of your story, to become the version of you who no longer waits for the world to change, but becomes the change. This is not about fixing yourself. It's about remembering yourself, reclaiming yourself, realigning with the truth that you were never broken, just conditioned to forget your divinity. Every moment is a portal, every decision a turning point. Will you continue to play small, to repeat the past, to live in survival? Or will you choose to rise, to rewrite the story, to lead with love and power? The queen does not ask if she's ready. She decides she is. And in that decision, she becomes. Your future is not waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to be authentic, to be courageous, to be whole, to stop hiding, to stop apologizing, to stop delaying your power. The queen mindset is already within you. You don't have to create it. You just have to remember it, activate it, live it. Now is the time. Search.